Your dog licks you and you think it's adorable. But what if I told you that some of those licks are actually a warning sign that your dog is in distress? Not all licking is created equal. And by the end of this video, you are going to look at your dog's behavior in a completely different way. You know the feeling. You walk through the front door after a long day, and before you can even put your keys down, your dog is all over you, licking your hands, your face, your legs. Or maybe your dog licks you obsessively every single night while you're watching TV, and you just kind of laugh it off and keep scrolling. Sound familiar? Most dog owners do the exact same thing. We accept the licking, we smile, we post it on Instagram, and we never stop to ask, why is my dog actually doing this? That question is exactly what we are going to answer today, and some of the answers might genuinely surprise you. Here's what most people believe. Their dog licks them because they are happy, loving, and just showing affection. Simple as that. And honestly, that explanation feels good. It reinforces this idea that your dog adores you, which, to be fair, is probably true. But here's what animal behavior experts and veterinary scientists actually say. Licking is one of the most complex forms of communication dogs have. It's layered with instinct, emotion, learned behavior, and sometimes genuine psychological need. Affection is only one small piece of the puzzle, and if you've ever had a dog that licks constantly, to the point where it feels excessive or compulsive, there is almost certainly something deeper going on that you need to understand. So, let us break this down. Here are the 7 real reasons your dog licks you, ranked from the most common to the ones most people completely miss. Reason number 1, pure affection and bonding. Let us start with the one you already know, because yes, it is real. When your dog licks you, part of it absolutely is love. From the moment a puppy is born, its mother licks it constantly to clean it, to stimulate its breathing, and to bond with it. That physical connection through licking is hardwired into your dog's brain from day one. When your dog licks your face or your hand, it's drawing on that same ancient instinct. It's saying, in the only language it has, you are part of my family, and I feel safe with you. Studies have shown that licking releases oxytocin in dogs, the same bonding hormone that humans release when they hug someone they love. So yes, when your dog licks you, there is real chemistry behind it, literally. But here's the thing, that's just the starting point, because licking means something very different depending on the context, the frequency, and the body language surrounding it. Which brings us to reason number 2. Your skin tastes interesting to them. This one is a little less romantic, but it's completely true and honestly kind of fascinating. Dogs experience the world primarily through their nose and their mouth. Your skin at any given moment is covered in salt from sweat, traces of food, lotion, sunscreen, and thousands of other scent molecules that are completely invisible to you, but absolutely vivid to your dog. When your dog licks your legs after you come back from a run, or licks your hands after you've been cooking, they're not necessarily expressing love, they're exploring, they're gathering information. Think of it like your dog is reading a detailed report about where you've been, what you've touched, and what you've eaten. You're basically a walking newsfeed, and licking is how they tune in. This is completely normal behavior, and there's nothing to worry about here. But it's a great reminder that not every lick has an emotional meaning. Sometimes you just taste good. Reason number 3, they're trying to communicate a need. Now we start getting into the stuff that really matters for your dog's well-being. Dogs cannot talk. They can't tap you on the shoulder and say, hey, I'm hungry, or I need to go outside, or something feels wrong. What they can do is lick you and hope you figure it out. A lot of dogs develop a very specific licking pattern when they want something. They'll lick your hand, pause, look toward the door or their food bowl, and then come back and lick you again. If you pay attention, you'll start recognizing this as a form of communication. Your dog has learned through experience that licking gets your attention, and once they figure out that it works, they use it. The important thing here is to pay attention to what follows the licking. Is your dog looking at something specific? Are they pacing? Are they making noise? Use the licking as a starting point to figure out what they actually need, rather than just assuming it's affection and moving on. Reason number 4, anxiety and stress. Here's where things get serious, and this is the part of the video I really need you to pay attention to. Excessive licking, and I mean constant, repetitive licking, hard to stop licking, is one of the most common signs of anxiety in dogs. Think about it in human terms. When people are nervous or anxious, they bite their nails, they tap their foot, they twist their hair. These are self-soothing behaviors, repetitive physical actions that the brain reaches for when it's overwhelmed. Dogs do the same thing. Licking releases endorphins in a dog's brain, which temporarily calms them down. So if your dog is stressed, whether from loud noises, separation anxiety, changes in the home, or just a generally anxious temperament, they may start licking obsessively as a way to cope. The red flags to watch for are these. Does the licking happen at specific times, like during thunderstorms or when you are getting ready to leave the house? Does it seem almost frantic or impossible to redirect? Does your dog lick themselves as well as you? If you are nodding your head right now, this is worth taking seriously. Anxiety in dogs is very manageable, but it does not just go away on its own. Talk to your vet. Consider working with a professional trainer who specializes in behavior, and look into whether your dog's daily routine is giving them enough mental and physical stimulation. Reason number 5, submissive behavior. This one goes back thousands of years into your dog's evolutionary history. In wild dog packs and wolf packs, lower-ranking animals will lick the faces and mouths of more dominant members as a sign of submission and respect. It is essentially a way of saying, I recognize you as the leader, I am not a threat. Your dog still carries this instinct. When a dog licks your face, especially around your mouth and chin, there is a strong possibility that this is a submissive gesture. It does not mean your dog is fearful or unhappy. It's often just a reflex, a greeting ritual that comes from deep in their DNA. Understanding this is actually really useful because it tells you something about how your dog perceives your relationship. A dog that greets you with submissive licking is a dog that trusts your leadership and feels clear about the dynamic in your home. That is a healthy, secure dog. The problems tend to arise when this behavior becomes excessive or is tied to genuine fear rather than comfortable respect. Reason number 6, learned behavior you accidentally reinforced. Raise your hand if you have ever laughed when your dog licked you, or said, "Aw," in a baby voice, or leaned into it and let it keep going. Of course you have. We all have. But here's the thing. Every single time you did that, you were training your dog to lick more. Dogs learn incredibly fast what behaviors get a positive reaction from you. If licking your face makes you laugh and give them attention, your dog's brain files that information away immediately. Licking equals reward, and so they do it more. This is called reinforcement, and it happens constantly, often without owners even realizing it. This does not mean you need to be cold and push your dog away every time they lick you. But if the licking has gotten out of control, or you find it annoying, or guests are uncomfortable with it, the solution is straightforward. Stop reinforcing it. Calmly redirect your dog's attention when they start licking. Ask them to do something else, like sit, and reward that instead. Consistency is everything. Within a few weeks, most dogs will naturally reduce the behavior. Reason number 7, they are checking on you. This last one is the one that really gets people. Some behaviorists believe that dogs lick their owners when they sense something is off, physically or emotionally. There are documented cases of dogs becoming unusually attentive and focused on licking specific areas of a person's body, which later turned out to correlate with a medical issue. Dogs have been trained to detect certain cancers, drops in blood sugar in diabetic patients, and the early signs of panic attacks. Most of the time, your dog licking you is not a medical alert, but it is worth understanding that dogs are reading you constantly. They track your stress levels, your body language, your scent, and your behavior. When something changes, they notice. And sometimes licking is their way of investigating, offering comfort, or simply staying close to you during a moment they sense is difficult. Here's what I want you to take away from all of this. Your dog is not just a cute face that licks you for no reason. Every single thing your dog does, including something as simple as a lick, is a form of communication. They are talking to you all day long in the only language they have. And the more you learn to understand that language, the stronger and healthier your relationship with your dog becomes. Your dog does not see you as a boss or a food source or just a person who opens the door. They see you as their safe place in the world, their family, their anchor. And that lick you brush off without thinking, sometimes that's your dog saying the most important thing they know how to say. I love you, I need you, and I'm glad you're here. Don't take that for granted. If this video made you think differently about your dog, I want to hear from you. Drop the word lick in the comments right now and tell me which reason surprised you the most. Is your dog an anxious licker, a submissive licker, or just in it for the salt on your skin? Let me know. If you found this useful, hit that like button. It genuinely helps this channel reach more dog owners who love their animals and want to do right by them. And if you're not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? We post new dog behavior and training content every week, and your dog deserves an owner who keeps learning. I'll see you in the next one.